Hello, it's Monday, and I need to finish editing a video, and I felt like I also wanted to have a video made for today. So instead of locking myself away and not having anything, I figured it would actually maybe be interesting to show how I finish up the video I'm working on for tomorrow, because every Tuesday at least I have a new video going every single Tuesday. So today there's a few things that I wanted to go over and actually show you guys my process, which isn't necessarily the best process, it's just my process to get that going. There are a few things that I want to try out because I'm also playing around with OBS, which is the software. You can stream to YouTube through a lot of ways, but one piece of software is OBS, which is, I use it every day at work, at the school that I teach, where we do a broadcast, but we just basically hit stream and then do everything else through a separate mixer. But OBS has a lot of features in it as well, one of which actually, let me see if I can do this properly. Maybe. One of which is a chat window. There. Okay, cool. So right here, I can have a chat overlay where I can actually see what people are saying in real time, and it will stay there during the replay, because when you do YouTube live and you have a live chat, it's awesome, but then it kind of disappears, which sort of sucks. So if there's any comments or questions, feel free, because I'll see them. If not, that's fine. It'll just be my lonely comment, and I'm used to that, so that's totally fine as well. Yeah, so what I'm going through today, and this might... Right now I'm talking a lot, but this is going to end up just being me sort of working, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. But what I want to go through today is actually, I wanted to bring up Final Cut Pro, because I do all of my editing in Final Cut Pro, and I really like Final Cut Pro. I'm trying to learn Premiere, because I also really like After Effects, and I really like how Final Cut Pro and Premiere, how After Effects and Premiere play together really well. But for now, I just do everything in Final Cut Pro, and I really like it, and I've gotten pretty fast at it. So I figured it might be interesting to run through my basic workflow, and then I can show you the video that I have that I'm working on, which is, oh man, this is hard. This is like how a weather person has to do their thing. Anyway, it's here, right here. And we're gonna go through it. I'll show you the basic workflow that I have. So normally I film everything, whatever I happen to film on. The first thing is take all my footage and save it from the camera. And my computer can't have, yes, Heather, it will be here frozen forever on this chat bar, which is here. I don't know how it works when you block comments or whatever. That's why I'm testing it out. But anyway, the first thing is to save your footage. My computer does not have enough storage to keep doing everything forever, so instead it's very important to have external hard drives. This is a 4 terabyte hard drive. I know Heather, whose workstation is right here, has like a pile of hard drives because she needs a new one every couple of months. But it's really important to save all your footage. On this hard drive, I have everything cataloged, every shot, raw footage, everything. That's the first step. So once it's off the camera, off the memory card, off my phone, whatever I filmed with, it goes on that hard drive. From there, here is where I am ultra sloppy. So let me try playing around here with OBS. So let me try something here. Okay, I'm gonna try to switch. Whew, look at that. Okay, now I'm in the corner and Final Cut is big. So let's see here. Where is Final Cut? I'm also working on like a relatively small computer screen. Okay, so within Final Cut, there are lots of great ways to organize your footage that are really efficient and professional and clean and wonderful. However, I'm normally really good at those. But in doing these like vlog style videos, and especially trying to just do stuff quickly and fast, I kind of like started breaking all my rules. And what I do now is probably the worst way you could possibly edit, which is I just drag all of my footage directly to the Final Cut Pro timeline. So I just throw it all in here in order, in whatever order it is, and it ends up being, 20 or 30 minutes long, 40 minutes long, whatever. And then that's what I have in Final Cut Pro. And then in there, I go through and delete the clips I don't want, and I go back, and then I and then I go back and like trim them down and cut out parts that I want. And that's sort of the first thing that I do. After that is usually where I start looking for music. I've been using artlist.io, which is a yearly subscription service. I've really been liking it. You have unlimited access to all of their songs. They have decent songs. They have all kinds of styles and genres. And you own the songs in perpetuity. So even if you cancel your subscription, you still get, you still own the songs. So you still have access to those songs, which is pretty freaking fun. Anyway, let's jump into Final Cut. And this is where I apologize in advance. So I've been trying very hard to get Final Cut to sync up with sound. But it's really hard to like play Final Cut Pro 4K footage in real time and then also have the sound sync up correctly. So I believe my lips are synced. The words you're hearing should be coming out of my mouth directly. But when I play clips in Final Cut, the sound might not sync up exactly. And I'm sorry. I will fix that. My solution for right now is you got to watch the video tomorrow when it comes out to see it in all its synced up, smooth glory. So let me jump into the video that I've been working on this week's video. I'm actually really excited about. What I did for this week was I created a video and I called it, oh my gosh, where am I? There it was. What is happening here in Final Cut? Why can't I see all my stuff? I don't know. This is so strange. Maybe I should get a better idea of how things work. This is ugly looking. Great. Good job, Tom. Really crushing it there, buddy. Whatever. Anyway, not whatever, because I need to actually fix this business so you guys can see what I'm talking about, because right now you can't see my timeline at all. That's a problem. You kind of need to see the Final Cut Pro timeline. Let me get rid of my effects. We definitely don't need to see those for the time being. Why won't it let me scroll down? Okay, so I'm having enthusiastic hand motions. Yes, Heather, I talk with my hands, and I have a good clip of you talking with your hands in this video. That's one of my favorites. But since Final Cut's being a butt right now, I'm going to close it out, even though I just said a bunch of good things about Final Cut. So I'm closing out Final Cut, and then I'm going to reopen Final Cut, and that should maybe fix everything. Hey, Phony R, what's up? I am using OBS because I like OBS and I need to learn more about OBS, and that's kind of important to me. Yeah, the chat showing on screen, again, YouTube tutorial, and that's how I figured that business out right there. See, this is strange. I don't have Final Cut open, but it's showing Final Cut. Whatever, I'm going to reopen that business right there. What you asking, Phony R? Which option or feature is that? So to do the chat overlay, there's a website you have to go to, which is called something like OBS. Let me see. I can look this up right now for you. I can't find it exactly. I'll put a link down below, but there's this website you go to, and you get to choose what you want your chat overlay to look like, and it gives you a CSS code that you just paste into OBS, and it's super simple. Really, really, really easy. Maybe we'll do a tutorial on that. Maybe we could do a ShareSpark tutorial like you guys are talking about. For now, though, here's Final Cut. Look at that. You can actually see my timeline now, which is what I wanted. So let's cut over there. Here we are, into Final Cut Pro. This is where we needed to be. Now you can actually see my timeline. You couldn't see this before. So here we go. This is the theme of this week's episode, relationship tests. Because it started, actually, Heather and I were going to visit her family on Friday, and we were like, oh, we're going to be in the LA area. We need a couple things. We wanted to look for stuff for our ShareSpark studio set. And we're like, let's go to IKEA, completely forgetting it's Black Friday. So there's kind of a cliche thing that IKEA is like the relationship tester. And IKEA on Black Friday was just like, oh my God, are we really going to do this? And then I had the idea like, oh, I want to film that and make it like a relationship test. Prior to that, we had done Christmas decorating. And so we decorated the house for Christmas, and you know that's always something that's also another kind of cliched, like, is the couple gonna have a good time? Are they gonna like get into a fight or whatever? And so I wanted to have these two relationship tests in the video. So basically, the way my video is structured, I didn't want to go from start to finish. I wanted to bring you guys in on a nearly finished video. The way that it's structured right now is I have an intro because I really like to do just sort of fun intros. Heather and I were in Long Beach this weekend. We went to some cool places, the Korean Friendship Bell, Sunken City, just really some beautiful places out in Long Beach. And so I wanted to use that footage that I shot. I was really mad because I brought my drone to get all these glorious cliff shots and ocean shots. And then as we went to go film, took the drone out, got it all set up, things were acting weird, and I realized there was no memory card in the drone, so we couldn't use it at all. I was really frustrated. Then I learned how to use the high frame rate option on my camera, which gives really smooth, crazy slow motion. So that's what I wanted to do, was then instead of a drone montage, I was going to have a really cool slow motion montage. So the video starts, and I'll play a quick clip in a second, but the video starts with sort of this slow motion montage. That's where I do my titles. I did a whole tutorial video on how I make these titles where they're handwritten and you can see them drawn. I just do it on Procreate in the iPad. It's super easy and quick and fun. And then it jumps into what the episode's about, which is relationship tests, and test number 1 is holiday decorating. So this segment I edited last night. This is a montage of footage, and it's great because Heather just posted a video today that's her Christmas decorating video, and it's totally different. It's totally different, but there's stuff like this shot right here where you see what I'm seeing, but from her point of view, and it's crazy. It's super cool. So there's our holiday montage. And then it jumps into relationship test number 2, which is IKEA, and I haven't edited that yet. So this is what I'm going to be working on today to finish out the video. So I'll show you guys where I'm at. There probably will be an audio delay, so if it doesn't look like the cuts sync with the music, they do. But anyway, here's where we're at. When it kicks into slow motion. This probably looks a little laggy and buggy on the stream, but you gotta watch the real video tomorrow. And what I've started doing too in these montages, or when I want them to be more cinematic, is I've started letterboxing them. When I used to make videos pre-YouTube, I like to letterbox everything just because the way you frame it makes it look really cinematic. To me, it's kind of cheesy, but I like it. But I wasn't doing that in any of my YouTube videos, and I started doing it because I wanted there to be a more cinematic feel to it, but not the whole thing. If I'm just talking to a camera, or if we're just out like doing an activity or whatever, it doesn't need to feel that cinematic, but certain things I really want to, and it just really helps with the slow motion to feel more cinematic. I love slow motion. And this is a song from Artlist.io. Here come the Procreate titles. And then it cuts to boom. That's what the episode's about. There's test number 1. So that's kind of the introduction. If we're talking about putting a video together, I like things to have context. This idea seemed a little sloppy at first, so I like the montage going into the title. Okay, let me jump back into comments to see what I'm missing. Heather and Phony are talking to each other. It's fun times. Oh, San Pedro, sorry. I don't know. It's all LA to me. Great. So there's that first one. Here's the holiday decorating part. I'm actually going to save some of this because Heather's watching and I don't want her to see this till it's actually finished. So, sorry. That's just the way that it goes. But anyway, the holiday decorating part is a little montage that I put together. Boom. And basically it cuts through, there's a nice holiday song. It cuts through how we're decorating inside the house, We're decorating outside the house. It ends with the Christmas lights, being all happy. Because the thing is, like, spoiler alert, we totally passed both of these relationship tests. They were great the whole time. It was ultra fun to decorate the house. So we passed the test. So this shot right here is when things are all done. We found beautiful lighting.
Oh my god, it looks so good. So we're going to film everything for the next.
And then here's a transition to test number 2, which goes to IKEA. I'm missing something here that's really important, which is it just sort of randomly ends. What I want to add is a title that says test passed or something with a sound effect. So in order to do that, I'm going to need, I will be right back. I'm going to need one thing. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. I had to steal the iPad away from someone who was using it to watch my stream. I feel bad about that. So I lost a viewer also. So here we go. I want to show you guys, there's a whole video, which eventually I'll add. If you're watching the replay, I'll add it to the description. You can see how I do titles on the iPad. Basically, I just use Procreate, which is fantastic with Apple Pencil. You can use your finger, you can even use your phone, whatever. And the simple thing, this will be ghetto screen capture right here. Oh look, here's a snowman drawing I was trying to do for the holidays. Okay, so I just make a 4K thing. Right now, I'm not doing, I'm not gonna animate this, I'm just gonna draw on it. So there's a drawing. And all I want this to say is test passed. So, what would be a more interesting way to like actually show me writing? There we go. That kind of works. It's upside down, and I'm sorry about that, but at least you can sort of see me writing. So I sort of chose to do like a serifed, almost Times New Roman looking font. Ooh, I do not like that T at all. There we go. Oh, I'm using the wrong pen. That's why it's all rough. Okay, so we'll hide the background. Go over here. We're going to do a monoline. That's going to give me a nice smooth look. There we go. So now there's a T with its little serifs. There's more. There's an E. And we got the S. There's another video I made a few weeks ago about basics of hand lettering, which is really fun. Obviously, right now, I'm not taking a ton of time to be perfect, but that's okay because I like the hand-drawn look. And boom, boom. I'm sorry that I took the iPad away, Heather. I feel really bad. The thing I like about hand-drawn lettering like this, when it's a little sloppier, is it really makes it easy to fit into whatever space you need to create. Like, I would like the word passed to be centered under the word test. And if I just make my letters a few different sizes and a little sloppy, I can make them fit whatever space I need them to fit. So there you go. I got test passed. Oh, good. Sorry. I got test passed here. And now I'm just going to grab another type of brush, a gel pen. And what I'm going to do with the gel pen is just sketch in here and fill this in. I really have been liking, for YouTube and for my channel, I've really been liking a sloppier look. Not sloppy, but more hand-drawn, which kind of goes against what I normally do, because usually I really like things to be super clean and polished and perfect. But making all these videos and making them quickly has really helped me not let, as a certain somebody would say, Not let perfection get in the way of good enough. And that doesn't mean that I'm not trying to make everything as good as it can possibly be. But sometimes, if I wait until things are perfect, they'll never happen or they'll never get done. Whereas if I just do the best I can do with what I have at the time, I get something that's plenty good and actually exists and is done, which is kind of important. Okay, so I just made this title. I'm going to use this title twice throughout my video. All I have to do now is share it, and I just want to share it as a PNG so it has a clear background, and I'm going to airdrop it to my MacBook. I sure hope that works while I'm streaming. It's waiting and waiting. There's that sweet, sweet sound. Come on, buddy. Sure hope this goes. Yay, it looks like it's actually working. It says that it's sent. So I'm done with the iPad now. If somebody wants to come get it. So there's that. Let me jump real quick into comments. Phoniar, you're going to watch the replay. Heather, you don't have to stop watching. And let's see. Yeah, she got iPad hijacked. I'm sorry. There's no such thing as perfect. Done is better than perfect. I strive for perfection, but, you know, you can't let it get in the way of good enough. Okay, let's jump back into Final Cut. Now, I have my new bit of artwork. Yay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this artwork. I hope this is the right one. Oh, boy. I don't even understand what I just did there. I'm going to take my artwork and drag it into Final Cut. And now, there we go. So now what you should be able to see is I have the text that I just typed, and now it's in Final Cut, and it has a nice clear background because I saved it as a .png image. So I don't like the way that it's kind of crooked up in the corner, so I'm going to definitely transform that and move it around to be more in the center. I might even want to tilt it a little bit. There we go. And this needs to come over this black spot here, this black screen. Okay, so I've got this black screen. Boom. So our video ends.
So we didn't really need to film everything for the next.
Boom, right there. That seems, in terms of pacing, a good spot for a title to pop up. So I'm going to have the title pop up. Boom, test passed. And that's about long enough. Oh, no. Let's see. Actually, I'd prefer to start here, here. It's so hard. Everything's so laggy because I'm streaming and editing from the same computer. Anyway, let's see.
For the next.
Test passed. Okay. I like the pacing there between those two titles. From when we go to the video, this title pops up, then there's a space, and then we transition into the next thing. What's missing on this IKEA Black Friday thing, there's a nice sound effect that makes it sound really intense, because that's part 2. This has no sound effect yet. So I would like to add in a sound effect there. Final Cut, the new Final Cut is not too bad with sound effects. I think it's called a bell is the one that I like. I've been using this one a lot, and now like maybe it's becoming a thing. It's not a whistle, not an airplane. Oh my God, there's so many. There we go. Bell small. Yeah, I've been liking that. It's a nice happy little bell sound. Almost sounds like the text message sound. So I'm going to throw this in the timeline and try to match it with the title. There we go. Perfect. I might lower the volume on it a little bit. If you can see, I have got volume meters up over here. Audio, super important to kind of keep the main audio right around here between 12 and 6. Maybe bouncing a little higher, maybe going a little lower. This is the sweet spot right there. So if that's...
We didn't really need to film everything for the next.
There we go. try very hard. I don't always do the perfect job, but I try to make my audio even so that if you're watching, you don't have to turn your volume up and down. You can just keep it, and it's not going to blow out your eardrums or be too hard to hear. All right. Before we jump into the next part, let's look back at chats. Cool. Okay. Haven't missed much yet. I'm really liking this OBS thing. I'm like a one-man control room over here. So, back into Final Cut Pro. The second part of this is our IKEA test, which I sort of made a mini video. We've got our intro, and if you look at the audio, I'm pointing like you could see. If you look at the audio down here, the song I chose, I actually smashed two songs together. There's this build-up intro, and then it pauses for a beat and hits like this wacky EDM dubstep thing that I just wanted to use because it's IKEA and it's ridiculous. The thing with this segment, our relationship test was going to IKEA. The added spice was that it was IKEA on Black Friday. But the spoiler part is that IKEA doesn't actually like do Black Friday anything. So it totally was like not crowded at all. There was like, it was just IKEA. It was very uneventful. We had a great time, ate some meatballs, whatever. So I wanted this really intense music to kind of underscore the fact that like, oh, it wasn't really that eventful. So the intro to IKEA, I have finished. I've got a title that says IKEA Black Friday. Then I've got a segment that Heather and I recorded in the parking lot. And then I've just got some footage here mixed with the first song. So from here to here is actually already finished. And I'll show you where we're at. So let's jump here.
It's Black Friday, so it's time for the ultimate relationship test.
IKEA!
And that's it. That's the little intro I have. So visually, ignore these visuals, but this is the music that's going to kick in. So what you see after the pause is not going to be the final video, but the audio is, and it's over the top on purpose. So that might have sounded insane over the live stream, but it is insane. It's this really too intense thing that goes from, 3 minutes and 5 seconds. It's about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So really my goal here, my challenge is to take all this IKEA footage and smash it into like a 10-second crazy montage. And if you listen to the song, it has like a main hit, and then it has sort of this like, I don't know, this accompanying part that's like dun 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 dun. Like, watch. So my plan is to cut to the music. So every time you hear those hits and those like harmonies or melodies or whatever, I want to cut to new shots. So that's going to be a way to make it visually just kind of like overwhelming. And it's also going to be a way for me to incorporate lots of new cuts and things into it. Real quick, I need to, because it's hot in here, because this live stream is fire, I need to turn on a fan. And then I also want to mention that this IKEA segment, the other part that I tried to do here was I filmed the whole thing on my iPhone, because I've been talking in lots of streams that I have a new phone, which I can stream from normally and like do things with. My old phone I couldn't do anything with. So I got the iPhone 8 Plus, which I love very, very much. And I filmed the entire IKEA segment is all on iPhone in 4K. And I kind of wanted to just slip that in and mix it to see how that 4K footage from the phone mixes with the 4K footage from my normal camera that I use. And ideally there was going to be a drone in there as well. So anyway, let's jump back into Final Cut and start editing this. This is where we're going to get more into work. So what I'm going to do is zoom in on the timeline and focus mostly on this part of the song right here. In Final Cut, as you're playing through a clip, if you hit the M key, I think iMovie might be the same, you can add in a marker. to kind of just give you a mark. So I'm going to play through this one more time. Okay, and now I'm going to add in some marks when I play through it this time. Ooh, that was one I missed. So, what the heck? Yeah, I don't want that up there. You go now. Okay. Okay, so I've got these 5 little purple marks here. Those are kind of the big hits in the song where I really want like shots to come in. There's other little hits that I'm going to add as well. So I'm going to play through it again and try to hit those other little melodies. Okay, and so these were kind of messy actually. I sort of like thought there was going to be something there that wasn't there. So now I've got these marks here, which is a lot of clips now that I can use. And this end part, which sounds like complete insanity, there's kind of a buildup there. So if I want to get more clips in, I can do like a crazy, like really fast montage and then end on this last marker with like one final, and then I can cut to my end title, which I don't have yet. So now I need to figure out which shots I want to use. So coming back here, the first one, I would say the first shot I need to come to needs to be a big establishing shot. Maybe something along the lines of, see, there's all the food. Here's us walking around. I don't think I'm going to need this shot of us walking anymore, so I'm going to delete that. This is a weird sideways shot. I probably don't need that. This is me in a mirror. I might need these rugs. This is where you kind of get to the point where you have to murder your darlings. And what I mean by that, let me explain when I just told you to murder something. There's an old phrase that comes from mostly writing and literature called murder your darlings or kill your darlings, which is sometimes you have something that you're so attached to that you just want to like force it to be in the work that you're creating, but it actually ends up hurting your overall work. And so if you kill that one thing you love, it makes the whole piece more cohesive and stronger. And that's something that is super applicable to any kind of video work or digital media work, because sometimes you have little things, shots, titles, music, whatever that you love, but you got to kill that one little darling you have so that way you have these other great things. Let me jump back in and look at chat real quick. Bobby Shane, do you do animated videos too? And Macho Jobber says sup. So Bobby Shane, animated videos. Short answer is no. I teach a digital media program where a lot of students do animation, and while teaching them how to do animation, I sort of learn a little better. The videos I've been making lately for the last several months are just so quick, the turnaround on them. I don't have time to like do a full-on animation. I would love, one of my goals is to create like an artsy animated piece, because that's something that I'm really excited about. And thanks, Heather, for acting as an explainer to what I'm doing here for all the people just joining. And it's really cool that people are joining. Lately, like, it's sort of become a problem, because I love making stuff and I love sharing things, and I did my 30-day challenge, and then I stopped that and things kind of just became weekly. And then that wasn't enough, but that was kind of what my schedule could allow. And then live streaming let me do more. And then it's sort of become like this addiction of like, I just constantly want to produce as much as I can because it's so much fun. It's so much fun to make it. It's so much fun to share it. It's so much fun to get the feedback that like, it's become like kind of an addiction. Yeah. And Macho Jobber's right. I am badass. Okay, you guys can keep talking about how cool I am while I edit this sweet vlog here, as I cut to an IKEA rug because I'm so cool. So what I was looking for was an establishing shot. That's a thing I probably don't need. I don't think I need that. I think a good establishing shot would be like maybe this, where the camera moves and hits Heather and she's in the warehouse and you see the scale of everything. So I'm going to take that clip. Everything's a little bit laggy because my computer is several years old, but it's got all the ports still. It's not USB-C. Well, I'm kind of liking it still. Here we go. So this is going to be my first clip when this new music sting hits right here. So I'm going to throw this in here, kind of replace this one clip, if it'll let me. There we go. Cool. So now when this hits, it should go. Okay. Now, I don't need the audio, so I'm going to kill the audio. And I'm also going to change the clip to kind of be more on the motion so that you get to see Heather. There we go. Perfect. Maybe a little less. So now it's going to come and hit. Perfect. And that's where I can cut to right at this marker. Now I can cut to another shot. Which, let's see. So, I want another big shot. I think what I'm going to do is underlay big shots and then do very quick small shots. So another big shot. I can delete these weird sideways shots. Another big shot might be something... maybe like this food. Because man, I haven't been to IKEA in several years, and they've always had their fun little restaurant, but like the stuff they have now, that stuff is cruise ship level beautiful and delicious. And I mean that in a positive way, not like an insulting way. So boom, shot of food. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we need to take the best part of this food shot. Maybe where it pushes in on the cake. Because I love chocolate cake. When I was a kid, it was super sad. And one of my favorite meals, as kind of a fat kid for a while, was to go to Denny's and get chocolate cake like this with an order of French fries and just be fat with it. Because, yeah. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to cut this clip right here. Boom. Now, I've got this cake clip as kind of like a foundation, and then over it for these markers here, these 4 markers, I want to add in quick other shots. So that's where we can grab this shot of these chairs. We were kind of looking at like what might be a Share Spark thing. And I think this shot's funny because it's like IKEA Black Friday, and then it's like there's nobody in that shot. Like it's totally empty because there was nothing happening there. So I'm just going to line this up with this beat marker and just, there we go. So there's shot number 1. This shot I actually probably will end up using at the end. These are like funny little bits of dialogue that I might use for something else. Ooh, there's one of Heather sitting down. We were looking at stuff that might work for our studio. Oh, a big ampersand. Let's do that. I love punctuation marks. Particularly the, crud, I can't think of it. The interrobang. That is my favorite punctuation mark. Combination of a question mark and an exclamation point. Also sometimes called the questclamation mark. At least by me anyway. Okay. Oh, you're getting all kinds of weird info on this live stream. Cool. Okay, next shot. Let's jump back down here and find something interesting. I love this light. I'm going to come back to that. I really like this shot of this light, where basically I just spun around it, and I think it came out pretty cool. Because it's such a weird looking light. I don't know. I love that. I think that shot came out cool. This was Heather buying a new backpack. Seems like half of this shot has my finger in the way. You know what? That might be kind of funny. Oh, there we go. This was the diagram on whatever this poncho was, and I was like, wow, look how fashionable this is. So I definitely want to use this as part of my little montage here. I'm going to come back to the chat comments as soon as I get this little segment taken care of. And so we're going to drag this over. And again, you can see like the way I'm putting this together is probably not the most efficient way to do this. In fact, I know it's not the most polished and professional way to do this, but it is what lets me work the fastest. And normally I'm not live streaming and my computer's not this laggy because of that. So it really helps me like knock out work really quickly. For my YouTube videos, I usually takes 4 to 6 hours to edit each one, probably in total. And I didn't want to sit here and make you guys sit through 4 to 6 hours of me editing. Here's I put the camera in a bag and tried to like film something, but it totally just fell, and I don't think it did anything. I don't think it worked. We'll delete that shot. What I'm also paying attention to when I do this is right here. This is my time. So right now, even with all this raw footage, this video is only 5 minutes long. And normally I try to keep my videos around 5 minutes. This one's going to be shorter. But I don't care. I really like it. Okay, we're going to use that shot later. Ah, here we go. Man, this lady, like, she was making all this tasty food. It looked beautiful. So that's a thing I'm going to use. Cut this shot. Boom, boom. Get rid of that audio. Get out of here. Boom. And this lady's now going on a trip over here. I guess it's okay if you film in IKEA. I've heard they don't stop you from doing anything. You can like take naps on the furniture and stuff. And I know there's several web series that filmed like entirely in IKEA sets and they didn't stop them. So I'm not saying you should do that or try it, but they seem to be pretty laid back about the whole thing. Okay. Oh no. Boom. Let's move this sucker over. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Now let's see what this is looking like. Okay. Again, your visuals might not be synced up the same way mine are, just because of the stream. Okay, it's actually kind of perfect. Okay, so this first segment is good. Let me hop back over here. Check in on comments. Let me actually even just jump into the YouTube thing. You guys talking about Black Friday. We didn't really buy anything on Black Friday. We ended up at Universal City Walk. But whatever, it was fun. Macho got a new TV. Heather upgraded Teachable. Oh, the Sheriff Spark theme. Someone was asking me about that today. We haven't gotten into that yet. We've been working on the home studio set, which was kind of behind me here. And yeah, because I'm going on a trip next week, so Heather's going to be here alone, and she has a lot of work she needs to get done in those days when I'm not here to be a distraction. And so it's really important to get this set taken care of so that way she can do that. Cool. You guys look like you're keeping it real over here. Fantastic. Back into Final Cut. All right. Now, this is where I need that shot of the light that I was talking about earlier. I love my shot of this light. It's delightful, if I do say so myself. Anyway. I'm sorry. I can't help but be so full of puns. Here we go. Boom, light. And I need to make this where it's like we're in full rotation happening over here. Perfect. Okay, so this needs to end here. So now these little markers, boom, 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 and boom. I need 4 more shots to fill up that stuff. So let's jump and browse through my little catalog here. These ones I was saving for something else. Let's definitely use one of Heather looking all adorable in here. Look at that. Look at that Black Friday smile. It's adorable. Boom. Boom. Audio. What else? I'm trying to do a mix in these quick shots of having people like either Heather or myself, and then just having the store. So that way you see us, but you're not overwhelmed with just us, and you don't lose the personal touch by just seeing store and people or whatever. Meatballs. I don't have Tourette's. I actually just want to use this shot of meatballs. And just quick reminder, all of these shots were filmed with my iPhone 8 Plus. So I, right now, am loving the 4K capabilities of this phone because it's so awesome. No matter where you're at, you just have the ability like, I gotta get a shot, and it's gonna be in beautiful, crispy 4K. And I know the iPhone 7 also did it, but I was coming from a 3-year-old iPhone 6, and it did not have any of that. On my iPhone 6, when I opened the camera, it would crash. So, and when I did a landscape thing, the phone would like reboot. Let's do this shot of this sexy guy in a mirror here. Yeah, look at that face. Look at that face. That's terrible. We're not gonna do anything with that. Boom. This looks kind of cool with the mirrors moving. So I think I'm going to use that as a quick shot. Drop out the audio because we don't need it. Delete these other parts that we don't need. Now if you look at the overall timeline, you'll see we're down to 4 minutes and 38 seconds with it not being edited. So this is going to be a very quick video. When I started making videos, the first ones I made, seriously, I'd record my stuff and it would be like 40 or 50 minutes unedited. It was insane. And now it blows my mind. I can feel like I'm overloading myself with footage, and the raw footage is 20 minutes maybe. And then the edited version is like just a few minutes, and it feels complete to me. So if you're talking about digital media, man, the ability to just get your point across clearly and quickly is pretty rad. Ooh, I'll save that one. What's this? This is something we probably won't have time for. The warehouse, supposedly, we were at the Burbank IKEA, which is supposedly the biggest IKEA in North America or something. I don't know that. The IKEA itself seemed like a normal IKEA, but geez, the warehouse was crazy. This is a stupid sideways shot, which I actually need to fix. So I'm going to transform it 90 degrees. Boom. And then I need to scale it up. So it, oops. Actually, I need to just keep on transforming this sucker. What happened? 270? See, they said you never need math, but now I need all these angles. There we go. I don't know why that came out sideways, but whatever. It's a weird shot. I don't know what this thing was, but I was just playing with it and I thought it looked funny. So I'll use that as a shot. Drag it over with my other ones, and this will be the last one for this little segment here. Lately, I've been struggling with trying to use my camera efficiently and gather only the shots that I need, but also not missing out on shots. Okay, so this shot is me like playing with this thing, which I think looks funny. What I might end up doing is actually adjusting the timing on it so that it's a little fast, because I feel that it's a funny shot, and I feel like it might even be funnier if it's a little bit faster than real life. I don't know why. It's YouTube. Rules are meant to be broken. Let's see what this sounds like. Oh, I love that, actually. I love that fast thing. It looked cool. All right, we're heading into the last chunk. I wanted to grab a shot of their insane warehouse that I haven't used yet. Like this. Look how big. This is like Indiana Jones over here. So I'm going to take this shot. I had made this title where I was going to talk about like, oh, this was on the iPhone, but I don't need that, so I'm going to delete that. I might just mention it in the description. I think it's neat, but it's not really a focal point of the episode. And then once I put this in, I'll go back and update myself on the comments. On Tom's comments, or the the comments. Oh, I lost the subscribers. Okay. Cool. There we go. Okay, let's jump back now and check out comments and see what is happening. All right. Look at that sexy man. She's right. Macho Jobber, is this video I'm editing going to be up soon? Yes, this is a video that needs to come out tomorrow. So it will be available tomorrow at 6 a.m. And it's 8:30 tonight, so I need to get it taken care of. And Heather already answered that. So yeah, I'm giving you a preview. Yeah. And when am I going to 3D print again, Macho? I want to do a whole run through of 3D printing. And Heather and I were talking about, it's actually on our board over here. There's a board of ideas. And one of the ideas we talked about was one where I sort of show her, maybe it's a ShareSpark thing, how to 3D print and what 3D printing is all about. But I'll do lots of 3D printing. Also at work, if you follow either my Twitter or my Instagram, which are both at SoDarnTom, it's in the description below. I posted a video today. We got these crazy photo printers at work. One of them is like the size of a refrigerator. So I'm definitely making a video about those. And I'd like to do some stuff with these giant photo printers that I have, which are super cool and fun. Yeah, it's pretty freaking exciting. I love that. I love this stuff. This is so much fun. Like, seriously, this is just so much fun. Let's jump back in here. Just need some shots. See, I thought this was funny. We were walking the wrong way from the arrow, so I'm probably going to use that shot. Little things like that amuse me. Signs being used incorrectly or whatever. So I'm going to grab that. Heather just shopping around. Look how cool she is. I'll take that. Boom. Backpack. Food court. Oh, I love this shot of this stupid rug, which I made like Heather wait while I got. So I'm going to definitely use that. Because the lighting in the IKEA rug room was like on point. So I'm going to use these shots for this last little segment. I need one more for this part. Let's see. Okay. Here's this drawer. These drawer organizers here. I might use a clip from that. All right. Now we're down, unedited, we're down to 3 minutes and 41 seconds. So if I go to the end of this song, this video, when it's done, will probably be around 3 minutes and 25 seconds. There's a lot happening in 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and I'm pretty proud of that use of time. I feel that it's fairly efficiently used, which is something important. 3-minute videos are like really where people's attention spans tend to be. Although with vlogging and stuff, you can go longer, 10, 15 minutes, if you're interesting enough. I don't know that I have the confidence for that yet. There we go. And we'll jump this guy. Actually, we're going to start with a warehouse, go to an arrow. Now we need a person to give it that human touch. And I'm just lining everything up with these beat markers that I added in earlier. Then we'll come to this drawer, these beautiful, lovely drawer organizers. That shot has a little motion in it with me opening it. And then we'll come to the carpet. In this last chunk of videos that I made, or these last little like segment here, I ended by having something in fast motion. I think I'm going to do the same thing here. So I think this chunk is also going to end this rug shot where I go around the rug. I think I'm going to make that high speed too. All right, so then we got these segments. Yeah, okay, it's going to work. Now. Okay, here... So now my problem is this space here. At this last marker, I'm going to have it go black, and then it's going to have the title I just made that says test passed. That's going to pop up. And then I'm going to use these clips after that as kind of the funny stuff to play where I put the little subscribe icons over. So I need something to go from here to here. Let's listen to the insanity. Oof, there's a lot happening. Do I have any distinct... Okay, there's not any real distinct beats there, but I kind of hear a rhythm, so I'm going to mark out what I'm hearing. Okay, so I'm probably going to do 4 shots. That was a weird sound. It's super windy outside, and I just heard some weird noises. I don't need that. I think I'm going to go with Heather and her backpack. Definitely the insane IKEA food court. Where we went after we bought our Glimma candles. Bam. Just deleting all the extra stuff. Now, see, this is where I've cornered myself into kind of a pickle. And I'll explain why. Okay. Before I do that, though, let's jump back into comments because I see stuff popping around over here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. We got Glimma candles. Yeah, we were in the Burbank IKEA Macho Jobber. And IKEA is really fun. Like, I'm not going to lie. We were looking for furniture for the set, and we ended up not really finding anything. We actually didn't get... I don't think we really got anything for the set. We ended up just buying stuff we needed, like batteries and Glimma candles and like a backpack and stuff. But it solidified what we wanted because we were going to get like chairs and do like a set. And then we realized, no, we wanted something more organic. Heather talked about this on a live stream on her channel yesterday. So we decided to go with kind of this couch thing that she ordered. So that's going to get delivered, not from IKEA. And then something that's really casual and fun and can be moved around a bit when we need to. So it's gonna look really, really cool. And we definitely will have like a table or a cart because there's a lot of stuff we want to do where like if we're showing stuff, like I want to talk about camera lenses or printers, we want to be able to do that quickly and efficiently. So, man, this is coming along nicely. Jumping back into Final Cut Pro. Oh, beanbags. Oh, I love the idea of just be on beanbags the whole time. I would just fall asleep during our shows. All right. So I mentioned that I got myself into a pickle. The pickle was I murdered too many of my darlings, and now I'm sort of running out of clips because I need 1, 2, 3, 4 clips to end up the show. This one, let me hear what happens here. Oh, that works. I'm going to separate that clip. I really like the clip of my hands shutting the door because there's this weird spotlight effect, which I think looks cool. And I thought the closing of a door is a good like end of the episode thing. So I'm going to incorporate that somewhere else. This, though, where these get pushed in is kind of a cool clip. So I think I'm going to use that. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm taking single shots and I'm chopping them up into individual, like getting multiple shots out of one shot. That makes sense. That sounded stupid. Sorry. Backpacks. Backpack. Cool. That works out perfectly. This segment, boom, she opens up the backpack. That works really well. If I had known how to do slow motion yet, this would have been so much fun to have like a bunch of slow motion stuff in here. I am addicted to slow motion right now. Boom. Heather picking up the yellow IKEA bag. That's a good shot to use. I will definitely be taking that. Boom. There we go. And now I only need one more, which could probably be, oh, if I shut the cabinet right here where the cabinet shuts, if I match that up with this last little beat, I think that would end up looking really cool. And all I need to do that is move this marker kind of like I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. We're getting closer. See, I have like the sloppiest. There's all these efficient ways to edit, but I'm so, yeah. Oh, that's perfect because it shuts and then hand goes away. And then I'm going to drag in just some black blank video. This is weird. Why did it change? There we go. There we go. Black video. Right here would be a great spot for me to take the artwork I made a minute ago and have it say test passed, just like I did before. Oops. Final Cut, why are you doing this to me? There we go. Test passed. Boom. So it's going to end. Wait a minute. Let me see. Yes, perfect. And that's where I need that small bell sound again. So I'm going to just run over here, copy it, and paste it here, and try to line it up there. I love that, from this serious music to the stupid bell. See, I love just stupid stuff like that. It's great. And now, that's basically where the video ends. So let's run through this IKEA segment. So you can kind of see where we're at. We'll go from the end of the first segment.
The next.
Test was passed. Next segment.
It's Black Friday, so it's time for the ultimate relationship test.
IKEA.
I love it. It's silly and ridiculous. Now, what I actually want to do is pull in this black, maybe here. So, when you're making YouTube videos, one thing at the very end of the video, you can add in some cards. You can add in links to other videos, links to other channels, a subscribe button. And to do that, you just need video that you're going to be able to cover up with those things. You can make a special title screen, like Heather does a really beautiful one at the end of hers that has a bunch of text and stuff. Lately, I've just been doing goofy video clips that I can put stuff over. One of the clips I want to use is this one because I think she was saying something funny here. Oh, she's talking about candles. I love this. This is a perfect. Okay, I love that. And then I'm going to jump over here back to my hard drive and bring back a clip that I deleted. This is why it's always really good and important to catalog your footage really well. Right now you guys are seeing Final Cut, but I'm going through my hard drive and looking for a specific shot, which I kind of know exactly where it is. Ugh, everything's just going so slow. Okay, it might be this one. You're gonna hear a weird sound. Okay, perfect. I'm going to take this shot. So at the beginning of this IKEA segment, there's Heather and I talking. That was take 2 because take 1 was we were walking through the parking lot and I stopped. I didn't tell her I was going to stop and she kept walking into the camera, which was funny, but then I just started cracking up and I think that's kind of funny.
It's Black Friday, so it's the ultimate relationship. Wait, you
Oh,
watched it.
I didn't know you were stopping me. Sorry.
Okay,
What a hearty laugh.
sorry, I was gonna say, it's Black Friday, so it's time for the ultimate. It's Black.
Okay, that was the part we used. We don't need to see that again. We don't need to see this whole thing either.
I'm gonna record a thing real quick.
How long is this footage? Because your YouTube thing at the end should be about 10 seconds-ish.
Oh my god, these are only $2. That might have happened. Do they smell good though?
I'm gonna record a thing real quick. It's Black Friday, so it's the ultimate relationship. Wait, you
Oh,
watched it.
I didn't know you were stopping me. Sorry.
Okay,
What a hearty laugh.
sorry, I was gonna say.
Okay, cool. And then we'll transition out of there with a nice fade to color. I know like they don't use a lot of fade outs on YouTube, but
Sorry, I was gonna say.
perfect. Okay, I love that there. I think this is basically finished. Let me jump back over here and see what I've been missing out on, what fun I've been missing out on. You guys have been talking about furniture. Beanbags are too noisy. Your legs are just gonna open. Yeah, that's true. We did end up getting the 2-seater couch in purple. We were gonna go for blue with purple pillows, but instead we ended up, that one sold out, so now we're doing purple with blue pillows. Legend for handwriting. Heather says her handwriting sucks, but the video she just uploaded, one, it doesn't. She has a few videos with her handwriting that are great, and the video she uploaded today, she did hand-drawn titles in that look great. I had to ask her, oh, did you do those by hand? And then I got kind of embarrassed because I was like, oh, stupid, of course that's a font. It looks really good. And she's like, no, I did it by hand. So she has good handwriting. Okay, I'm adorable. Here we go. What I'd like to do now is just play through this one last time. Well, play through this last segment just to make sure I like it before I export it. And then I'll show you guys how I export, and that'll be it. We'll be done. What a fun way to do a edit instead of just being locked away in misery. So, here we go. IKEA. Let's watch this part.
It's Black Friday, so it's time for the ultimate relationship test.
IKEA. Oh my god, these are only $2. That might have happened. Do they smell good though?
Perfect. Okay, so this video at its very end is 3 minutes and 46 seconds. Truthfully, if I'm being critical of myself, let's critique my own work. I love the way this montage of IKEA came out. I think the iPhone 8 did like a really awesome job filming because you can't even tell that it's on a phone. But it doesn't really have a whole story. It's kind of just a montage. At the end, it would be really cool if there was a clip of us like high-fiving outside or whatever, but it is what it is. You do the best you can with what you got. So there's that. Uh-oh. What's happening here? Oh, I was watching it in the small screen. I didn't realize that. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Whatever. You just stare at my face for a little while longer. I thought I had it flipped, so that way when I was replaying the video, you were seeing it big and I was down here tiny. I'm sorry. I'm new to this whole OBS thing. All right. So let me tell you about my export settings in Final Cut Pro. Anyway, So, not every video on my channel is 4K, but every one of my 41 vlogs is in 4K. And that's something I didn't care about till this summer. But now I really like 4K, and I'm trying to keep everything in 4K, which is making it hard as I'm trying to like get a new DSLR, and I like Canon, and Canon kind of sucks with 4K. Different story. Anyway, as you can see here in the top of my Final Cut window, this project is 4K at 24 frames per second. Both cameras I used for the first part and the iPhone are set to film 24 frames per second. So to export, just hit the old Command E button. This might be very slow since I'm streaming. Here's where I can do a title. This is called Vlogs to Delete because this timeline that I'm using is usually just for weekly vlogs that, like, once I'm done, I don't need to save gigabytes and gigabytes of timelines. So I just kind of wipe it out and put a new one there. I save all the raw footage, but I don't save the timeline. I don't know if that's smart or not, but it's what I do. So I'm going to give this one a new title. What I'd like to do is, what Heather taught me to do, is that your title for a video, your upload, your file name should match the actual title you use. It just seems to kind of help with searchability and to help your video get found and seen by people. So this one here, I know that I want to call it Relationship Tests, or I had it actually all written out already. Let me look up my notes. Boom. Oh, I was going to call this Will Our Relationship Pass the Test? And it's kind of clickbaity, but like, it's also sort of funny. So there we go. There's our title. Going over into settings. Oh, you guys can't see this window, I don't think. Crud, this is weird. I'm doing Final Cut Pro, and a window is actually popping up over here, but it's not. OBS isn't showing it right now. Anyway, I'm just making sure that it's 4K, but it's going to be as small as possible. So this 4K file is going to be 1.61 gigabytes. And then I'm going to save it. I've been saving everything out to my desktop, uploading to YouTube, and then moving it over to my hard drive once it's uploaded. So that's exporting right now. In Final Cut, you can see up here this little circle. Slowly this will become a full pie as it gets exported. Oh God, I want pie so bad. So yeah, so there's that. What I've done too is I already took a shot that I wanted to use as a thumbnail. I did that yesterday, and the shot I chose for the YouTube thumbnail. Sometimes YouTube picks good thumbnails, but I'm a control freak, and so I don't really like them to choose for me. I ended up choosing this shot because I like it. I think I look silly. I think Heather looks really pretty, and I think it looks fun. So I figured this thumbnail with the title I chose might be an interesting thing that someone might click on to watch. I hope. So that's exporting. Jump over here. Let's see here. Oh, you told Heather to sneak up on me, and then she did it. Thank you, Macho, for saying the edit's awesome. Oh wait, you gave me a title name. Tom and Heather on an Adventure. I think I'm going to use that in the description. So the description right now, the honeymoon phase is great, but now it's time for the real test to push our limits. Come along on an exciting, I'm typing out the description that I'm going to use in the YouTube video. Adventure with Heather and I. And then I have a nice link to Heather's channel. Then I have a link to all my stuff. Heather showed me how to like make all your descriptions legit. And then, yeah, and then I've got all my tags that I'm going to use. So I like to do all that stuff first while it's editing. So when I get to hit that beautiful upload button, everything's ready to go and I can schedule it. Although I guess I don't need to publish this one right away because it's not going to be published till tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. All right, so where are we? It's exporting slowly because I'm using all of my computer's resources that it has at the moment. Let me jump into, I'm going to use more resources over here. Let's check out the live chat as, I just called it a live chat. That's not what it is. Anyway, totally different website. Let's see. All right. All right, so that is kind of where I'm going to wrap it up for right now. You'll even see when I'm done, I figured out how to do like a title card at the end. So instead of just me awkwardly fumbling to end the stream, it'll like be a little more polished. It's really fun. I've been trying to do live streams as much as I can because I don't have time to edit lots of edited material. At least 1 or 2 things throughout the week for sure, but I can't do as many as I'd like. And going live is kind of a great alternative to like, I can still make something and communicate and share, but a little more quickly. But I want live streams to be good. So what I'm thinking of doing is doing a live stream every Sunday and then doing more whenever I kind of feel like it, which hopefully will be often. I'm going to Nashville next week for a work conference, and I want to do lots of different stuff for Nashville. I've never been. I think there's going to be lots of cool things. I have a lot of videos I want to make about it. Originally, I was going to make one Nashville video. Like, hey, here was my 4 days. And then I thought, well, I should do a daily, like all 4 or 5 days. Like, here's a video upload. And then I thought, well, instead of that, why don't I think of all the different things I can cover? Because I could look up interesting or historical places in Nashville and do a whole video about that. I can do food in Nashville because barbecue, I love it. Do a whole video on that. I'm taking my boosted board. On a plane, which I haven't done before, and I know a lot of people have had varying success with that, so maybe a video about traveling with a boosted board would be a really useful, helpful thing. And also just fun, like, hey, check it out, here's a vlog of Nashville, I think might be kind of interesting. So I'm excited for next week. I'm sad to leave, but I'm excited for Nashville, and I think it'll be a good chance to make a lot of really fun, cool stuff. Boy, there was a lot happening today. The Share Spark catchphrase is share your story, spark your potential. It's not the same when I do it by myself, but anyway, the Enthusiasm Project catchphrase is work hard, be kind, have fun, because those are some of my core values as a person. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is basically like a quick overview, quick, not so quick, hour-and-a-half overview of what my workflow is like when I try to make weekly videos for YouTube. I love making videos, and I've really been loving making videos for YouTube because they don't sit on a hard drive collecting virtual dust. They actually get shared and seen by at least some people. And I love live streams because you can interact, and I love with like OBS you can do all this fun business over here and have like chats and little like windows and pop-ups and things. So it's really fun. I want to do a lot more. Thank you guys for your feedback. This video, the actual edited, beautiful version with beautiful slow motion 4K goodness, will be available tomorrow at 6 a.m. So definitely check it out because it's short, but it's a lot of fun, and I really like the way that it came out. And that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for being genuinely awesome in general. And that's it. I will see you next time at some point. So hit the bell so that you get notified when I upload live streams, so that way you can participate in the chat. So subscribe, hit the bell, comment, smash buttons, you know, all the things that they're supposed to say. Okay, adios.